Extreme Ownership: How U.S. Navy SEALs Lead and Win by Jocko Willink and Leif Babin. Introduction. In Extreme Ownership, former U.S. Navy SEAL officers Jocko Willink and Leif Babin share the core leadership principles they developed and utilized during their military service. These principles, forged on the battlefield, are universally applicable to leaders in any field, whether in business, education, or personal life. The book emphasizes the necessity of taking full responsibility, extreme ownership for outcomes, and offers actionable strategies to achieve success by leading effectively. The book is divided into 3 parts: Winning the War Within, The Laws of Combat, and Sustaining Victory. Each chapter introduces a principle, illustrates it with a real-life SEAL combat story, and translates it into lessons for business and life. Part 1, Winning the War Within. 1. Extreme Ownership. The cornerstone of leadership is extreme ownership, the ability to take full responsibility for everything that impacts your mission or team. Willink and Babin emphasize that leaders must never blame others or external circumstances for failures. Instead, they should focus on what they could have done differently to achieve a better outcome. In one SEAL mission, Willink describes how a friendly fire incident occurred under his command. Although he wasn't directly at fault, he took full responsibility for the failure. By doing so, he earned the respect of his team and prevented future mistakes. In the business context, leaders must avoid shifting blame and instead identify and address the root causes of problems. 2. No bad teams, only bad leaders. The authors argue that team performance is a direct reflection of leadership quality. They recount a SEAL training exercise in which the lowest performing team turned around completely after its leader was replaced. The new leader inspired accountability and performance, proving that leadership can transform outcomes. In business, this principle means that leaders must set high standards, create a culture of accountability, and empower their teams to succeed. Believe. To effectively lead, leaders must genuinely believe in the mission and convey that belief to their team. If leaders harbor doubts, their uncertainty will erode trust and motivation. The authors recount a mission in which they initially questioned an operational plan. However, after seeking clarity and understanding the rationale behind the strategy, they fully committed to it and executed it successfully. In a business context, leaders must ensure they fully understand their goals, align with the organization's vision, and inspire confidence among their teams. Up to 4. Check the ego. Ego can be a leader's greatest weakness, clouding judgment and inhibiting collaboration. The authors explain that in high-stakes combat, egos must be subordinated to the mission's success. For example, a SEAL leader accepted constructive criticism from subordinates to improve operations. In leadership, humility fosters open communication and continuous learning. Leaders must prioritize the team's success over personal pride. Part 2, The Laws of Combat. 5. Cover and Move. Cover and move is a military strategy in which team members work together, with one group providing cover while the other advances. This principle translates to teamwork and mutual support. Willink and Babin recount a mission where tight coordination between different SEAL units saved lives. In business, departments or teams must collaborate seamlessly, break down silos, and understand that their success depends on supporting one another. 6. Simple. Complex plans increase the risk of failure. Simplicity ensures that everyone on the team understands their roles and responsibilities. The authors recall a mission where a convoluted plan caused confusion and nearly led to disaster. After simplifying the strategy, the team achieved success. Leaders must communicate clearly and ensure everyone grasps the objectives. Simplifying processes and removing unnecessary complications fosters better execution. 7. Prioritize and execute. When overwhelmed by competing demands, leaders must prioritize the most critical tasks and address them sequentially. In a firefight, the authors had to prioritize eliminating immediate threats before tending to the wounded. In business, leaders should focus on high-priority issues, communicate priorities to their teams, and maintain composure in high-pressure situations. 8. Decentralized command. Effective leadership requires empowering subordinates to make decisions within their areas of responsibility. The authors describe how decentralized command allowed junior SEAL leaders to adapt and succeed in rapidly changing combat scenarios. In organizations, micromanagement stifles productivity. Leaders should trust their teams, delegate effectively, and ensure everyone understands the mission's broader goals. Part 3. Sustaining victory. Plan. Thorough planning is essential for success. The authors outline a step-by-step process for creating effective plans, including identifying the mission, analyzing risks, and developing contingency strategies. They stress that plans must be flexible enough to adapt to changing circumstances. In business, meticulous planning helps teams anticipate challenges and stay focused on objectives. 10. Leading up and down the chain of command. Leaders must effectively communicate with both their subordinates and superiors. By managing relationships up and down the hierarchy, they can ensure alignment and prevent misunderstandings. The authors recount how they clarified their intentions to their SEAL team while simultaneously keeping senior officers informed. In the workplace, leaders should balance the needs of their teams and their organization, fostering alignment at all levels. 11. Decisiveness amid uncertainty. In combat, decisions often must be made with incomplete information. Hesitation can lead to failure. The authors describe a scenario where timely decisions, even with imperfect data, saved lives. Leaders in any field must develop the confidence to make informed decisions quickly, adapting as more information becomes available. TOS 12. Discipline equals freedom. The paradox of leadership is that discipline provides freedom. By adhering to structured routines and maintaining high standards, teams create the conditions for creativity and flexibility. The authors emphasize the importance of discipline in everything from physical training to mission planning. In business, disciplined processes and habits enable organizations to operate efficiently and innovate effectively.
Conclusion.
Extreme Ownership is a practical guide for leaders seeking to inspire accountability, foster teamwork, and achieve extraordinary results. By embracing responsibility, simplifying strategies, and empowering their teams, leaders can drive success in any domain. The principles outlined by Willink and Babin underscore that leadership is not about rank or title, but about taking responsibility and leading by example. This book is a call to action for leaders to hold themselves accountable, set the standard, and ensure their teams are equipped to win, whether on the battlefield or in the boardroom.